Thank you for coming down for our mayoral series. We have a few questions we ask of each one of the candidates, and I hope it'll be okay to ask you a few things here this morning.
Yes, it's okay.
All righty, thank you. The first question that we have is related to the city business tax. And as you're aware, BTAC has come out and suggested that it be fully repealed. We would like to know whether or not you agree that the city business tax should be fully repealed, and if so, how should that be implemented?
Well, you may know that I just completed a 2-year odyssey to roll back the business tax on mutual fund companies because they were being double taxed, and it was creating this chilling effect on other companies of that magnitude coming into Los Angeles, and also creating that momentum for companies to leave. So I did that. The tax will be rolled back starting in 2012 on companies that are in that situation. It was a very targeted effort. As far as rolling back on the gross receipts tax, I think it's a strong move. It's a bold move. I think it's one where we have to have an extremely honest, candid conversation with ourselves and the business community and anyone who's affected by that to make sure that we don't do anything that might drive us deeper into debt. And I say that because the state may take away more from us in the next few years, and we need to find out or do a good analysis as to the potential for what we will gain versus risk of what we might lose. But I am very open to examining it and considering it and doing some targeted work, and if we have to be staged or do it in a staggered fashion or target by industry, that's something that I'm certainly very willing to do.
All right. Your answer certainly alludes to the issue that's our second question for the candidates, and that is, how will you address the budget imbalance and the unfunded pension mandate that faces the city of Los Angeles if you were the mayor?
Well, you know, that continues to be an ongoing issue, and while we have made some progress on it, the situation that we find ourselves in at this point is yet still unsustainable. We may have to look at increasing the age that people qualify for their pension even more, ask people to give even more, and that's a very unpopular thing to say, but this is a situation that is our reality. And as a mayor, you know, you're not only building for the time you find yourself in now, but you're also building for the future so that you can be sustained and that you will continue to exist and that your deficit won't continue to grow. So this is a wrestling match that we have to continue whether people like it or not. And they don't.
With the constraints of the budget as it is, someone willing to step up and be the mayor of the city of Los Angeles has limits on what they can do. But what one thing would you like to try to achieve in your first term as the mayor of the city of Los Angeles?
Well, you know, the mayor has some limits in terms of it's a strong council, weak mayor system pursuant to the charter, but I do think that the mayor can be very externally focused in bringing in new revenue, making sure that the city is attracting new business, new investment, both nationally, locally, and internationally. And you know, I have found the downtown as a microcosm of what I think the city can be in terms of building, you know, working on attracting more tourism through expanding our convention center facilities, building more hotels, and then you get the collateral development that comes along with that. Microsoft Worldwide Partners held its convention here this year, and they booked over 50,000 room nights. We did not have enough hotel rooms. So clearly there's a gap in the market that we need to fill, and hopefully it'll be filled as we move forward in our conversation about the stadium and the convention center. But nonetheless, no matter what happens, if we want to compete, we have to fill that void in the market, and that means more hotel rooms to house more people when they get here.
You've now had 3 terms in office in CD9. You were chief of staff in that district before that. You're very well known to the people in your district who clearly love you and keep bringing you back to office. But we're now on a much larger citywide stage where a lot of people don't know you as well. What one thing would you like the voters to know about you as you are reaching outside of your district and looking at representing the entire city of Los Angeles?
Do I get more than one thing?
You can if you'd like.
I'm tenacious. I'm deliberative. I'm thorough. I believe that I'm a good listener. I think you can learn more from people if you listen to what they have to say and reflect back to them through what you produce through your work. And I am extremely disciplined. when I say that I make a commitment to a position, I'll fight all the way through until I get to where I've committed to people I will get to, and make sure we deliver on the other end.
Thank you, Councilwoman, for coming and joining us this morning, and we wish you the best of luck in the election.
Thank you very much.